2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here on 2K Sports alongside Shaq and Kenny the Jet. The playoff picture coming into focus, but still a handful of games yet to be played. Shaq, our game tonight featuring the Portland Trail Blazers as they go up against the San Antonio Spurs at AT&T Center.
Greetings, everyone, from and nothing tips off.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Now,
it certainly has, DA. Love the mindset McCollum has, stepping right into the starting two-guard spot with great confidence. And Brent, with the big payroll for the Blazers, they've gone all in to win.
Well, some of the contracts they signed are looking a bit questionable because their general manager felt like bringing everybody back was something that they could build on. And we'll see with the extension of McCollum looming. I know they felt like it was spend it or they're going to lose somebody. So they're all in. It could be a few more adjustments to the lineup before it's all said and done.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. McCollum at the 2 with Harkless playing the 3. Swanigan is out there with Nurkic, and it's Lillard in at the 1 spot. Nurkic with the block. McCollum with the ball, picked up by Ginobili. Lillard left side. Goes up on the high post. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Yeah, we've seen highlights of the deep threes, and we know he can get to the rim, but McCollum's mid-range game, well, that's something special. Impressive there.
Now, here's Gasol. He had 13 points in the win against the Lakers in Los Angeles. And it's Aldridge on the follow.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
San Antonio on defense. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And when you shoot a high percentage from distance, that gives you momentum and really keeps the opponent on the ropes.
Well, accurate outside shooting when you're on the road, you find that kind of rhythm. It's hard to do. They made it look easy.
Now here's Lillard. He's coming off a 22-point game against Houston.
And guys, the other thing that he did well was just facilitate the offense, pass the ball around beautifully in that one. Seriously, put on a passing clinic.
On defense, San Antonio. Harkless kicks to McCollum. And there's the call on Ginobili. That'll be his second foul of the game.
There are times where you have to play with a little bit more caution. That's already his second foul in the first quarter.
Danny Green, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. McCollum dishes to Nurkic, 6 to shoot. And McCollum with the slam.
That's good focus from the Bosnian Bear getting down there. Nurkic finding the open man with ease.
Right, you take a look at Nurkic, young and full of potential. He's still learning how to make the most of his abilities.
Yeah, the Bosnian Bear, Nurkic had some tough times in Denver as Jokic started to emerge. And there was talk about him sulking and pouting just a little bit, still a young player. But the opportunity now in Portland with established stars in Lillard and a rising one in McCollum could be exactly the type of recipe for success that he was looking for.
San Antonio making a switch here. Mills is checked in. Here's Lillard, rejected by Gasol.
Got to respect the reach and length of Pau Gasol. Outstanding job of skying up for that rejection.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were.
Ended up becoming one of the best centers last year in the NBA, even up there in the Rookie of the Year running. So a midseason trade has unleashed him, a new lease on life, and we'll see what he can provide for this Portland offense under Terry Stotts.
And Nurkic, the 16th pick in the 2014 draft. Denver had a logjam at that center position once Jokic emerged as their star player.
Got to give Neil O'Shea some credit, recognizing that in Denver, between Nurkic and Jokic, they could get one of those big guys, and because of their logjam, O'Shea was able to pluck away Nurkic, who was unhappy with his playing time. Portland could make a nice home for him.
Count the basket. Lillard's got his first points of the game.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Such a good feel for the game. Kawhi knows exactly what this offense is trying to accomplish and acts as a willing facilitator.
And for Mo Harkless, Greg, a one-and-done as we know out of St. John's, then first played in the NBA with Orlando, but he has found a role, it seems, with the Trailblazers.
Yeah, and think of it, the Magic basically gave him away. Felt he wasn't aggressive enough and not a good enough shooter. He's gained confidence here in Portland and parlayed that into a long-term contract.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Anderson comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And Davis Bertans subbed in for Leonard.
Once Laverne gets positioned down low, it's pretty much game over. Hard to root him out.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Now the dish to Harkless. Pass to Turner. Takes the 13-footer. That one doesn't drop.
I'd just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range Jays every time.
Here's Laverne. Collins grabs the miss.
Well, from our angle, that looked like that was going in. But defense, fantastic how they contested it.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession.
Better to be lucky than good. That pass was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged the bullet there.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Forbes checked in, and it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. And Portland with a change here, too. Davis is checked in for Maurice Harkless.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Spurs have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Tough to match up with Kyle Anderson because of how quirky he plays. Changing speeds, plays slow, but sees the floor remarkably well.
Now here's McCollum. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Houston. Bounces high off the rim and drops. McCollum's got 6.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Back to Anderson. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Here's Bertans, and Davis sends it back.
It's a wonder we don't see more of that from Davis. He has the live legs and instincts to be a premier shot blocker in the league.
To the right side. Collins against Anderson. Aminu, no one around him. The putback, Davis on the follow.
Well, that's a refreshing workman's approach to the game. Davis there beats everyone on the rebound and then finishes strong.
Gets it off, and no good trying to get that one. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Right back after this break. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you...
I would say we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of business.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, their efforts have been rewarded here after one. Winning the battle over second chance points has them ahead on the scoreboard.
The timeless Parker and Manu are the 1 and the 2. And there's Laverne, then there's Rudy Gay, and it's Bertans in at the power forward position. That's the San Antonio 5. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Fellas, Al-Farouq Aminu has established himself as a great defensive player, and he wants that recognition. He said, my goal every year is to be Defensive Player of the Year. I want to guard 1 through 4 and even 5 sometimes. I want it to be known that I'm a great defender, and I want the league to recognize that. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Aminu continues to prove his worth on the defensive end. His length and quickness certainly hard to deal with. Over the past couple years, Brent, we've seen coaches like Steve Kerr and Brad Stevens take more of an even-tempered approach. Could that become a coaching trend going forward?
Well, I like that both Steve and Brad have some very good players. That would keep me calm too, Kevin.
Yes, it would. You begin right there. I agree.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a shift in what it is that the generation of the younger players has grown up with. And coaches that have the ability to communicate always, Kevin, are going to come out on top. They get their message through, they keep their team positive, and they keep their environment pointed in the direction that is moving forward.
Excellent. Leonard, he's checked in for Laverne.
Coach Greg Popovich last season passed Jerry Sloan for the most wins with a single team. Of course, Jerry Sloan with the Utah Jazz. You might not know this, but the Spurs modeled themselves very much after the Utah Jazz system behind Stockton, Malone, and Sloan staying there for the amount of time that he did. That role model of consistency and sustained success and accountability has certainly worked in this small market in San Antonio.
The drive by Gay, and then Gay with the dunk.
And it's always nice seeing Gabe put it down on the deck, utilizing that speed and just kind of blowing by the defense.
Parker against Lillard. McCollum outside. Poked away. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they paid a price.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Lillard misses. And the Spurs are now seen as that model franchise. Brent, so interesting to hear who they tried to emulate.
Easy to see a lot of comparisons between the precision and the toughness and the bond between not only the coach and the players, but the team and the community, the way that it happened in Utah for the Jazz. And Coach Pop talks a lot about those connections that Jerry Sloan had between John Stockton and Karl Malone. That's something he's always admired and brought to the San Antonio way.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Pau Gasol is checked in for Gay. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Mills in for Parker. And then for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Davis. And Harkless is subbed in for Evan Turner. Here's McCollum following the bucket by the Spurs. And nothing is falling for him right now. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. And where the shot's been coming from tonight, here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for the Spurs.
And you can see how important those inside baskets are. This is a team that loves to work the ball inside, whether the entry pass or off of a drive. They like to feed on those high percentage looks.
Now Lillard following the three-point attempt by C.J. McCollum. A minute 42 left now here in the second. 6 on the shot clock. Rejected by Gasol. It's Anderson with the drive, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. The 2K leaderboard is on the screen now to reveal the dominant scores in the NBA over the last month. C.J. McCollum third.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
And the first one at the line is good. And Brent, every year on average, it seems like players get a little taller, they can jump a little higher, they run a little faster. What are your thoughts about raising the rim above 10 feet where it stands now?
That's a great question, Kevin. I don't think that that's happening anytime soon, but I
can see you shaking your head and you kind of laughed at it.
I just can't see it
happening. The game is hard enough as it is right now, right? Is that what you're saying?
It is. I like your idea about making the court a little bit bigger, but 10 feet seems to be a pretty good number for where that tin sits.
About right, huh? And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And they call an illegal screen here.
And let's take a look now at some stats for McCollum. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. Averaging around 26 points per, 7 assists, and 2 rebounds. And impressive numbers, no doubt. It's the kind of run we've come to expect from him.
Synergy, all elements right now working together, and the game is coming so easy right now.
Davis Bertans checks in for the Spurs. And Gasol with the dunk.
Dare I say Gasol graceful on the dunk attempt? That's alliteration, Kevin.
Trailblazers trail by 13. Kicks to Collins. Over Anderson. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Green with the ball. Lillard picks him up. Kept alive. Here's Murray. Stolen by McCollum. They need this one. The shot by Harkless, no good.
Yeah, momentum right now is against them. They're just going to have to figure out a way to ride this one out.
Got to be some consideration here for a different rotation because the matchups right now just not favorable.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball, following the bucket by the Spurs. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Screen by Nurkic. Clock at 6. They set the pick. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Off the pick. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
The CJ, such an effective two-guard, not just a shooter and a great shooter at that, but a capable passer when his teammates are open.
And he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle too. So we'll see Pau Gasol at the free throw line here. It's going to be on Jusuf Nurkic. The Spurs have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2. That free throw good from Gasol.
I'll throw in the obligatory 2-time champion, a remarkable big man, Pau Gasol, who continues to add to his career.
And through the first.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with it.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime
Welcome back,
Show.
everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille O'Neal. And this hill, it's San Antonio out on top at halftime. They're leading by 16. Kenny, what did you see from them?
They've done a lot of things well, but the way they've taken care of the basketball, valuing each possession, so critical to the tempo.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing.
And as we begin the second half, first half was. Here's Murray. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Trailblazers, the incredible pair of Lillard and McCollum are at the 1 and 2. Donegan is out there with Mo Harkless. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Not just a great shot maker these days, Aldridge can still throw it down on you if you let him get all the way in.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, the Portland Trailblazers are developing a great chemistry for a young team. Damian Lillard takes the team to San Diego every September for bonding purposes, and he told me how much we like each other, how much time we spend around each other. That shows you a team that is really together. It is a unit. We have each other's back. Kevin?
And it's critical to establish camaraderie early on. Thank you, D.A. Sounds like Lillard has this team headed in the right direction. Hey, Brent, you went from player to announcer. What different aspect of the game do you notice now watching it from the booth?
You know, I think it's great just to have the perspective when I'm able to sit courtside, Kevin, and watch everything that goes on outside the play. The reaction from coaches to players and their demeanor, whether they're carrying out their assignments, watch guys on the bench. So much more emotion I can catch sitting on the sidelines next to you.
I bet. And the dunk by Aldridge.
Well, at this point in his career, playmaking is Manu's strong point. Locates the open man there.
And the pass to Nurkic. Gasol with the steal. Ginobili kicks to Parker. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for McCollum.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
Well, part of this is on the defense. You let Aldridge get into any kind of rhythm scoring the basketball, and you deserve this kind of punishment.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
And it's not that you have to take chances, but you got to step up your effort and try to get disruptive. They never did that. And on the road, that's a recipe for disaster.
The Spurs making a switch here. Gay's checked in. Here's Turner. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed.
I love the quick decision-making from Turner there. Deadly at sinking the catch-and-shoot jumper.
And it's Leonard missing. Trailblazers trailed by 19. Stolen by Ginobili. Parker passes to Ginobili. Good work defensively by Turner. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And Lillard gets it to go.
Yeah, 3 of 4 to start this half. Offensively, they've been great.
And one of the most dangerous shooters in the league, Damian Lillard, only needs a sliver of daylight grade to get that baby off.
Yeah, I mean, he'll brush off the comparisons to Steph Curry, but he presents some of the same problems for the defense. Deep range, a quick release, and just one of the nastiest step-back jumpers in the game.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Aminu's checked in. Turner dishes to Lillard. Davis sets a screen. And there's the call on Ginobili. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Collins checked in for Portland.
And it's clear he's been a little out of control here tonight. The refs clearly have their eyes on him, and that's number 5.
Turner with it. He's picked up by Parker. Lillard against Leonard. Puts it up from 17. And the basket by Lillard. Lillard's got 5 points in the quarter.
There's the improving mid-range game of Lillard. Just another way he can beat you.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Outside Turner. And there's the call on Ginobili. That will be foul number 5 on him. And the Spurs with some changes. Laverne, he's checked in for Leonard. Davis Bertans comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Green in for Manu Ginobili. Now here's Turner. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Lillard from outside. It's no good. He's now 4 of 9 from the field. Here's Bertans. He's covered by Aminu. Bertans' shot is good.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And it's Aminu in the corner. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. Aminu's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Aldridge. And the dunk by Aldridge.
Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. Pass to Aminu. He kicks to Turner. And there's the foul. It'll go on Ed Davis. That is his first foul of the game. And the Spurs with some changes. Forbes checked in. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. And then for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Davis. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Lillard. Bertans can't get it to go.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Aminu misses. Spurs leading by 17. From the low block. And the rebound by Nurkic. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. And a wide open look for McCollum. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. McCollum's got 9.
Look, they know it. He knows it. That jumper is pure. As a defender, it's hard not to overplay McCollum to shoot the 3.
LaMarcus Aldridge has been on display for the San Antonio Spurs. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Back right after this. Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Defensively, we got to give a little more pressure.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Trailblazers trail by 16. Mills teams up with Green in the backcourt. Pau Gasol is out there with Laverne. And it's Bertsinus in at the 3 slot. That's the San Antonio 5. Collins kicks to Turner. Rejected by Gasol. The drive by Green. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Green's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Spurs. Outside Turner. Collins kicks to Aminu. Pass to Nurkic. And Gasol sends it back. And he gets it back.
Fantastic effort from Nurkic, forcing the issue and coming away with a trip to the charity stripe.
That free throw, no good. We've seen the shift in offensive strategy. Brent, more threes, more spacing, better flow, opening up driving lanes and opportunities to make at least one quick move to the basket. What have defenses been doing on the other side trying to counteract those trends?
I think the biggest trend that you see, Kevin, is the switching defenses. So many rosters now constructed of guys who have the ability to get off of a screen and to pick up a perimeter player. And that's not for 24 seconds, but 5 or 6 seconds being able to contain dribble penetration and challenge deep threes. So the switching aspect of NBA defense, that is a trend.
Bertsinus, the pass to Laverne, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. They get it back, and Laverne throws it down.
And when it comes to rebounds, Laverne is relentless on the glass.
For Portland, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. Brent, many teams have cracked down on cell phone use during practices and during games. Can anything be done on a league level in that regard?
Hold on, Kevin. I'm getting a call.
Okay, good. Yeah. Can you put him on hold for just a second?
Yeah, Mom, I'm talking to Kevin Harlan. Yeah, it's a different age. I don't think the league, Kevin, can do anything with regards to how players use their mobile devices. That's up to the team and how it is a coach make sure that the demands of what your practice schedule is and your game schedule and your attentiveness to those times that you need to be there, that takes precedent.
Oh, Kevin, not a Petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Here's McCollum. No good off the front iron.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
Nurkic setting the pick for Harkless. To stop the run, and it's sent back by Aldridge.
There's that length and anticipation. Hard to get the ball over Aldridge in that scenario.
Parker dishes to Gasol. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists now in this one.
And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
That's the attack mindset with which they entered the game with, and I wouldn't expect them to let up now.
Parker against Lillard. Nurkic, and no good that time. Gasol with the defensive effort. It's Ginobili with the drive. It's deflected. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure. And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
There's 1:40 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Gasol. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. 13 feet away. And Harkless with the basket on the assist by McCollum. McCollum's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Spurs.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And you can hardly say this win surprised anyone with the season these guys have put together. Win after win all year long. What a record-breaking year this team has put together. A season for the record books.
And they've really had a dominant run of games against this opponent this year. They played them 3 times and won every one.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for LaMarcus Aldridge.
He came in with a focus and brought that dominant performance to the defense all night long, controlling the pace of the game and was firing on all cylinders.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Collins checked in for Swanigan. Aminu comes in for Maurice Harkless. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for McCollum. And Shabazz Napier subbed in for Lillard. They set the pick. Here's Connaughton. Shot clock at 6. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Nurkic can't hit.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Here's Napier. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge,